clap. Start whenever.
Hold up, slow down one by one. You're gonna have to like ask and I'll answer, okay?
So I start from the first week itself.
So this idea, I actually came up with it like a couple years ago. It was like 2020, summer of 2020, and I was like, you know, what would be super cool if we like painted the new school campus walls with murals. And so this year I came back and I was like, hey, Mr. Bach, do you think this would be a good idea? And he was like, yeah, sure. At first I asked a bunch of people because I thought we would be painting it at school. Turns out we were not painting it at school. We were bringing all of our supplies home and then painting it on plywood and then putting up on the school walls, which was kind of like a setback, I'd say. I had to cut off like a lot of the people who were interested. That was like a couple days before our expedition started, so that wasn't very fun. We sketched for like a lot more days than we had planned originally.
Wait, also, realistically, how would the Met Gala idea go?
I don't think we can do that, not gonna lie.
There were quite a few setbacks we faced early on. It had to do with like the approval process and materials / reimbursement issues.
I work with
We're doing the cactus.
And I'm doing coke.
I'm just here to...
Do you guys want to do the burn wall roast?
Yeah, sure.
We couldn't get the materials from the school, even though I had requested it like sometime earlier. So in the end, we had to like buy our own supplies, buy our own plywood, and some of our own paints we had to like bring by ourselves.
In regards to getting approval, during the first like 3-4 days, we had to spend at least an hour, like the trip of going to school, coming back and talking to Mr. Bach about getting approval for the murals itself and discussing about approvals from supplies. But every time it was kind of hard to get the direct answer because Mr. Bach was not the person in charge of giving supplies out or approval for the budget for that.
For the first few days, sketching out our ideas, which we took to the school to get approved. And Mr. Bach liked those ones, I think, just because those ones were more of like individual little projects for teachers. Like we asked them what they wanted to see, and we had a little list of things, and so that wasn't too hard because that's going in their classrooms.
Do you like, you can draw like stuff inside of it, like draw like fish.
I guess the most difficult part of this whole process was actually sketching the ideas on paper, because we had a Google Doc of ideas, but we didn't really have a solid grasp on where it would go.
So there was Among Us Coke bottle one for Miss Tran, stuff coming out of book for Mr. Sigler, Rengoku on a grizzly bear with cactus in the background for Miss Guerrero, and just an art wall thing, or like a 2022 class of 2022 art sign thing, so we can all sign it to represent us.
Do we cry?
So my piece, or the one I worked on, is the one where like there are things coming out of the book. And it was inspired by Mr. Sigler's idea of having like an event or a story coming out of like a book. And I expanded on that, and I arrived to where it is now.
But for the big one, we had a little more trouble, just because that's like a much bigger, I guess, statement piece, right, that goes in the hallway. And so Mr. Bach wanted to make sure that really embodied Summit's core values and and those sorts of things. So there was a lot more tweaking. We went back, tweaked it, came with new ideas, and brought it to him. He's like, iffy, and so we came back and we did it. And we ended up with 2 concepts.
And one of the ideas that Cleo came up with was the Power Rangers one, where it's the core characteristics that come together to become the giant robot, which is a grizzly bear. And it's like, wow, all this makes one grizzly.
And the other one was the astronaut bear on the moon. And there's a moon, and then there are craters on the moon, and in the craters were the core characteristics. Yes. And then there's a cute little bear. We asked Mr. Bach, and he was like, oh, I like those. Show them to everyone and like try and see which is more popular. And so we took them around, and people were like, hey, I like this one, or I like this one, or I like both of them, but maybe this one. And so that was good.
As a mural.
I kind of like the left one.
Okay, cool. I don't know. This one looks cool.
You prefer? It's cool. And then you could do a cool background, like stars. Yeah. Or like little planets or something.
Yeah, we might do that instead
Grizzly
of the
Rangers
craters.
or astronaut?
I guess that. We've got, okay, Power Ranger theme. That's actually really hard. I like a lot of that.
A grizzly astronaut.
And these are like holes, like the craters in the moon. That's an adorable bear inside. Like, I like the idea that he's like adorable. He's a literal bear in a suit. I like that. But also, I grew up on Power Rangers. I'm conflicted here because I love 2 things. Okay, I'm just gonna let they choose this one. It's a bear. I like the bear.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Nice bear. It is like cute.
I like this one's so cute. God, this one's so cute. I like these little robots. 3 votes here. Vote.
Power Rangers.
But you know what? I am fine with whatever the, like, I would rather the fact that the color copy.
I think what we can do is we can have a little bear ranger, like, you know, like faded in the background, like really large, like in one of those like anime.
Oh.
You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
I think we can try that if you're
I am okay with that. Yes, I think this is super cute and cool. I'm excited to have our art on the wall.
And we ended up, the astronaut bear won by a little bit. But then we were like, well, if both of them were pretty well liked, we could sort of merge them together and get something that everyone likes, you know? So that was that.
We decided to go ahead and buy the stuff ourselves out of our own pockets to save time. But by then it was already around Wednesday or Thursday.
They won't be bigger than this, though, right?
Probably. I'll have to check with my, like, error. Okay.
Like 45, 46.
We should just buy it. I don't care about the reimbursement anymore because I want to get started. Like, we can't keep waiting for an answer that clearly we're not going to be getting anytime soon.
Yeah, it's fine. We don't need 2 things.
Okay.
I'm so mad at this.
Yeah. Hey, how are you? Your dad has something.
Oh my.
That's yours?
Yeah.
The latter part of the week, we finally got our board and primer done, so we were ready to start sketching around Friday. So we got our initial like rough sketches done Friday, and we began really getting into it only in the second week.
What's 8 divided by 3?
2.3? Yeah. Wait, how else would we cut it? This way? Wait, what? This is the only way to cut it. Chicken.
And eventually Cleo's dad had like a saw, and so we were able to like and split them up into however many pieces we needed. I think 4. We're doing 4 smaller ones. Yes, 4 smaller ones, and then the other big plywood board is for the hallway piece, the big astronaut bear / mech space rocket Power Rangers thing.
Art though.
Yeah, exactly.
The serrations are so pretty. Because like, if they were closer, you could start like this.
Oh, thank you.
Whoa. Oh, it's working.
No, it's gonna make it so nasty though.
We can, yeah.
I'm kind of glad we're doing it now though, because before painting.
Yeah. I could have gotten those.
Okay, this is not working. The black is on life support.
Just careful of your hand.
It's because it's not, no, it keeps moving with it.
Okay, I will need to move it.
So.
In the bush.
Attention to the line. Labor.
I'm not going straight.
Yeah, good.
Yay!
No.
Okay, oh. It's okay. That's
Okay.
These eyes are so interesting.
No. I was drawing them yesterday.
No, I didn't do it. It's like not. Okay, it's still small.
Around Wednesday, I think most of the murals had begun painting. There was one painting, the one that me and Isaac were working on, that took a little longer. So I think we started painting only towards the end of the Wednesday work time. Me and Isaac aren't particularly used to painting, so we haven't spent much time working up mixing and stuff for the palettes. So we kind of struggled, or still struggling, every time we have to replicate a brown or some color that's not easily derivable from just the primary colors. So yeah.
Wait, what about this part? We'll just do the lines again. Right now it's just the base color. And the lines we'll probably do it with Sharpie anyway.
Can I use one of these, or are these new?
No, you can use them. I don't really care at this point. 친구.
He looks older.
Hi, 친구.
He does.
어디로 가 미치겠어 나 지끈거려 날 도와줘 저렇다 놨다 좌회전 우회전 변덕이 심해 얽히고 설켜 Out of my mind 내가 아냐 점점 머리가 어지러질래 정신 못 차리게 돼 숨도 가빠지고
And I think it has been going pretty smoothly since. We unfortunately didn't finish in time before expeditions ended because we didn't get our supplies when I thought we would be getting them. So we're really behind schedule, which is not that great. But other than that, I think everyone's working super hard on it. They look pretty good, and yeah.
We should make him bald. Yeah. Like One Punch Man.
Like their old songs.
Huh?
The song came out almost right after the concert.
How do you paint a bear?
How do you paint a bear?
So all in all, after the 2 weeks, we were not able to get the big ol' final piece done, but we have the idea down. Just all of the sort of setbacks made it not doable. But hopefully by next round, we'll have that all good and ready to be put up in the hallway.
Was it fun?
No. I'm just kidding. Overall, the project has been really fun for me, and I'm guessing for the others too, because we've got to explore a hobby that we all share amongst ourselves, and we get to spend nearly the whole day working with each other on the project. So it's been a really fun experience.
What we've done so far, I'm very satisfied with, and I think everyone did a really good job. So I really like how it went.
Overall, it was very fun. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Ah, I hate talking. I hate talking in this manner.
Wait, I'm not doing it.